Is it true that you called Beyonce to convince her to?
Yeah.
Okay.
To release Bills instead of Bugaboo. Yeah. Immature Destiny Child, we did tour together. We was producing the albums and stuff like that. And Matthew came to play Chris the whole album. And we were in the studio. Bugaboo was a single.
Correct.
I was crazy about Bugaboo. We was like, okay, cool, dope, whatever. He was like, I'll play y'all one more. He played us Bills. And we was like, whoo, that's smoke, that's fire. So Chris literally locked the door. Said, I'm not letting you out the studio.
That's called kidnapping.
Yeah, until you change it. And he was like, until you change the single, I'm not letting you out the studio. Chris was like, look, he was like, Mark, go call Beyonce and tell her they need to. She was the leader of the group. That's who everybody listened to, of course. So I called her. I'm like, look, y'all need to release Bills. Don't go Bugaboo. And she was like, well, I'll see what I can do. They had already had the single printed up and everything. They ended up being able to change it. Cut to like a few weeks later, Rodney Jerkins calls Chris and was like, I want you to come to the studio and listen to something. Cause like also, Chris worked with Rodney in the early years. He like bought him his first Rolex. And Rodney had done records for Immature. So we all kind of came up together. We all go to Rodney's studio. He had played us Say My Name, the version that y'all hear today. Mm-hmm. The first version of Say My Name wasn't going to make the album. It was like up tempo, like it's not right, but it's so, like the Whitney Houston song. It kind of sounded like that.
Oh.
So the version that came out wasn't like that. So they were taking it off the album. Rodney was like, I want y'all to hear what I did to it. And he played us Say My Name. Chris says, call Beyonce, tell her to change the song. Tell her to change it to Bill to Say My Name again. He was like, this is the craziest record. We was all like, so I called him like, y'all got, she was like, it's too, no, we're not changing no more singles. Say My Name was a gigantic record.
Call Beyonce back and tell her to change the single again. No one would ever have that conversation today.
No. No. And it's crazy because nowadays you can release music, you can release 30 songs at once and it doesn't matter. But back then, what you put out first actually mattered.
Hell yeah.
And on that album, people don't really know the logistics of it, but Bugaboo was the only song that didn't go #1. And that was going to be the original single.
Wow.
Really?
Yep.